Good morning, Stingrays. Today is, boom, January 12th. That's a Tuesday. That's a school day. That's why we're here, ladies and gentlemen. And as you know, all this week we are doing our part 2 of our iReady diagnostic. Can't wait to see how much you've grown and learned and become so smart. Yes, but that is what this is for. I get to see your progress throughout the year. Get to see how well you're doing. It's nice to see this year with everything going on, how it's all being affected. But also a reminder, for every 5 points you do better than your previous score, I'm going to give you a homework pass. And I don't know if I'm going to give them to you for this semester or if I'll relay them over to next semester. So we'll see. If I'll let you use them retroactively, I don't know. First of all, I got to figure out how to make an online homework pass. I mean, it's an easy thing, but I like to, zhuzh it up a little bit. But I've been talking for way too long already. Today's lesson, all about solving proportions. Yesterday, I went over what a proportion is, but it was a smaller, quicker little lesson. So why don't I shoot it over to Nuge to go over what a proportion is.
Proportion is an equation stating that two ratios are indeed equal.
I missed that beard. Cool. All right, so this is, you're going to look at it and say those are fractions. Yes, those are fractions, but as we went over previously last week, fractions are ratios, okay? So these are ratios. These are two ratios. Now the proportion is the statement saying that these are equal. Now we have to determine whether or not that's true. I went over yesterday how to do that. You're going to be cross-multiplying, okay? You're going to cross-multiply. I always say cross-multiply up just to keep yourself organized. I mean, you could cross-multiply down, but just make it a decision. We're going to multiply up just to clear it up, just to make it easier, okay? Now, Dios míos, the números is very big. So, don't be afraid. I'm going to use it right now, too. I think I'm pretty sure 2 times 35 is 70, but you know what? Can't hurt to double check. It's Monday. I'm tired. So yes, 2 times 35 is 70. So on this side, I've got a 70. Good. 5 times 12, pretty sure is 60, but let me do 12 times 5 is, I was correct. I should trust my brain. Okay, so I've got 70 over here, and I've got 60 over here, which means this. No, this is not a proportion. Okay, these two ratios, those two fractions, if you want to think of it, are not equal. Okay, but that doesn't mean they don't have the ability to be equal. Doesn't mean that something doesn't have the ability to be equal to 2/5, or something has the ability to be equal to 12/35. Let's go over here now. Okay, I have a blank spot. Okay, I have a blank spot. It's usually going to be filled with a variable. I was just forgot to. So this one's easy, okay? And if in your little smart brain, that one right there, you can clearly understand that 7 times what equals 77? Oh, it's 11. Good. So 7 times 11 equals 77. Well, if you do it to the bottom, you have to do it to the top. Yeah, good job. So you do it to the bottom, do it to the top. 3 times 11. And x equals 33. Those are easy. That is going to be one of your sections for the IXL. It's going to be like that. It's going to be an easy one where you can easily tell the multiplication they've done to the bottom or the top and then simply do it to the bottom of the top. But it's not always going to be like that, okay? Sometimes they're a lot more difficult. So, I make way too much noise when I'm recording these videos. Yeah. Let me go clean the board. We'll get started on the next round. Yeah, so I did that math wrong. So I'm going to rewipe this whole part. Yeah, and then I'm going to start all over. Okay, for our first problem. As you can see, I have a proportion. I'm trying to figure out these two ratios. I'm trying to make these two ratios proportion. I'm trying to solve the proportion. Because, believe it or not, 6 times something does equal 8. So there is a version of this over here. If you can break down the base root and see it yourself, cool job. Way to go, brain. Big brain. Big brain power. But not everybody can do that. So there's a method, okay? When we did a previous way, we cross-multiplied to see if they were equal. Can't cross-multiply because now I have a c. Don't multiply with that variable, okay? Leave the variable alone. Leave the variable alone, okay? Leave it alone. Leave it alone. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to cross-multiply what I can cross-multiply, okay? So 6 times 12. I'm going to do 6 times 12. 6 times 12 equals, just double check, 72. Because that's what I messed up last time and had to redo the whole thing. Now, what do I do with my leftover 8? I can't cross multiply into the c. What's left, I'm going to actually divide by. Okay, what I tell people, you're going to first multiply, make your baseball bat. Then you're going to divide with your baseball. So multiply to make your baseball bat. It was so much better in the first video. Okay? Multiply to make your baseball bat. Then divide by your baseball. The singular, the baseball. Baseball bat, baseball. So you multiplied. You got 72. Now we need to divide 72 divided by 8. 8 divided by 72. Once again, I'm going to use my calculator. I'm not afraid. I'm going to use my calculator. Okay? Wait, no. I can do it in my head. Can I? Can I do it in my head? 9 times 8, 72. So it's 9. I don't have to use my calculator. I'm smart. Okay, so what this is saying is C equals 9. Okay? Took a really long time, so I'm not going to do the second problem. Or I'm not going to do the third problem. I'm just going to skip right to the second. Okay, so I messed up that math yesterday. I did too. Listen, it's Monday. It's very tiring. So here I am actually today. It's actually Tuesday the 12th. I'm just going to do one more example problem where I'm going to have to use a calculator. It's not going to be very simple. So, and then I'll slice this into there. So yeah. All right, so big problem, big numbers. I have 91 over 26 is equal to y over 12. Okay? These are big numbers now, okay? Big numbers, I don't have a clue what they could be. 12 times something will equal 26, but it's not an even number, okay? So I have to use my calculator. Okay, I'm going to use my calculator. It's perfectly fine. But what's the method? The method is that you have to cross multiply, then divide with what's left over, okay? And this variable can be anywhere. So you're cross multiplying whatever you have the ability to cross multiply. Then dividing by what's left over, okay? Form the baseball bat, and you're able to hit the baseball. So, cross multiply 91 times 12. That's 1,092. Big old number. That's going to get divided by 26, my leftover. Okay, so I'm going to divide by 26. Very good. I get a final answer, I'll write it down here, of y equals 42. See, they're big numbers. So you're going to have to just understand the method of cross multiply divide. Okay? To stress that very much, I'm actually going to switch back to yesterday's video because I really like the way that one ended. Okay? But just remember, cross multiply then divide because sometimes the number's going to be huge and it's not just what you can see easily. So for this one, y equals 42. 42 times something will equal 91. Okay? So I'm going to switch back over to that right now. To solve proportions, okay? Cross, multiply, then divide. Okay? Cross, multiply, then divide. But what's left? Okay? Stress it again.
Cross multiply, then divide. Okay? Cross multiply and divide. Cross multiply and divide. Cross multiply and divide. Don't divide, cross multiply. Cross multiply, divide. One more time. Cross. Spell that one wrong, but okay. I really spelled that one wrong.
Going on a bit of a tangent, okay? Main thing is cross multiply, then divide. Cross multiply and divide. Cross multiply, divide. Cross multiply, divide. Cross multiply, then divide. Okay? Solve these. Cross multiply, divide. Please. Please. That was loud. Don't forget, when you're cross multiplying, dividing, to like and subscribe.